And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition of the WardiTV Monday. WardiTV Monday number 59. Your weekly dose of all things of Open StarCraft. I'm of course your VIP. With him, joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, by the plushies as well. Welcome, one and all. Bienvenidos. It has been an intense weekend of StarCraft. As a reminder, last night we had 4 events going at the same time. We had the WardiTV Korean Royale. We had Sparkling Tuna Cup, of course. We had RSL. And we had Kung Fu Cup. It's of course an intense period of StarCraft here in the off season when all these tournaments are all running at the same time, and as a result we can't cast everything live anymore, so we're catching up via replays. This is an event that did occur last week. If you remember, Wardi, he had a back-to-back WardiTV Mondays. He had one at around 8 p.m. or I should say like around 7 p.m. KST, then one a little bit after that as well. Back-to-back because he was on the front page. He was on the front page of Twitch, so to kind of maximize kind of what he would get out of front page Twitch action, then he did host 2 events back-to-back to have a bit of a marathon broadcast. We, of course, went to sleep, went to bed, and now we're here to catch up on those games, catch up on those matches. Catch up on last week's WardiTV Monday. Here we go. So we're going to be jumping in. It's going to be a PvT between Classic and Ryung. We're jumping into the round of 16. Oh boy. And we should be covering round of 16 into quarterfinals, into both semis, into the grand finals. Let's go. Let us go. And spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing team versus pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Vitality. It is Ryung. Here we go. Because we're jumping into our TVP, and again, this is a pretty high-profile matchup early on in the event. Este seeding. So Classic versus Ryung. Classic, of course, we featured last night. Classic did make it all the way to the grand finals of our Sparkling Tuna Cup, but did go down to Solar in that ZVP. I do recommend the VODs. It was a very intense, very chaotic matchup here. Meanwhile, I just realized this is going to be the last tournament that we cast with the old map pool. Oh, that's I just realized because this event was a week ago and the map pool went live less than a week ago, so I just did realize. So yeah, this is technically going to be the last couple of the last tournaments. WardiTV Monday number 59 and 60 are going to be the last events on the old map pool. Oh boy, we're back. Thankfully, he did incorporate some new maps in the map pool rotation, so we might be able to feature some of them, hopefully. Fingers crossed. For now, we do have an eBay block here by Ryung. Does eBay block at the natural base of Classic? Let's go for the block. We'll disrupt, and by the time Classic sounds here, it's too late. It's too late to expand, so Classic forces to expand at the natural. We can see Ryung, he does a block here at the triangular third base, and Classic, he does actually pivot around here. It goes for a bit, yeah, it does go for a bit of a loop, does pivot around, and he will be able to expand at the triangular third. Ryung, he double checks the linear base location, sees there's nothing here, and bam, here comes the Nexus. And again, ideally, Ryung, he wants to block both expansions. If he was able to force a linear base, that would have been the most exposed natural base for a Classic, and Ryung could punish. But alas, Ryung, he won't be able to. Does go in for the scouts, and Classic, he's going for a delayed expansion himself. Does go for a delayed base. We should soon be seeing a cancellation here from Ryung. Back at home, because there was no early cancellation, it is going to be racks into factory, not CC. So from here, we can go into an add-on swap into Reactor Hellion. Oh. Speaking of, as he comes back home, we are going for the add-on swap, but not just that. Typically it'd be add-on swap into CC, but no, we're going for a Rax and a Starport. This is a 1 base all in. Okay, let's go. Este Ryung, baby, so 1 base all in out of our red Terran player. He's going to double down, he's going to commit here. We do have a tech lab on the way on the Rax, bear that in mind. So I'm curious if we're going for an earlier stim timing. Likewise, yeah, 2-on-1, 1 base all in. Classic, he pokes in, he sees nothing, by the way. He sees Hellions, that's all he sees. It's Hellions, they poke out. They zone away the Stalker. Oh, okay, so it's going to be Reactor Hellion into add-on swap, so no stim. There's going to be an earlier timing with most likely around 2 tanks. I believe it's going to be 1 tank into Medevac, who we can drop across the map. Then we should be reinforcing with Vikings. Vikings, they actually have a lot of DPS, a lot of firepower this early on against vanilla gateway units. So can hit quite hard. Can hit hard as here we go. The first tank has arrived. Medevac is soon to be upon us as well. Then we can break out. And we can pull some of the boys who can break out. Ryung supply blocked. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit supply block, but there we go. Here comes the drop. Across the map, Classic again. Remember, he's exposed. He's vulnerable between two bases. As he does not have his natural. We have charge. It's on the way. Charge will help, but is it going to be done in time? As Ryung is already moving out. He's already moving out. Classic's out of position. He can, of course, recall back home. Ryung boosting straight in towards that natural. Sentry's exposed. Going for the sentry. There's a recall. Yeah, there's a recall back home. Picks up in time, pulls away. Remember, there's no blink. Oh, when he gets into the main. Wow, gets into the main base. Is going for the reinforcing stalker. We'll get a kill. Nice body blocking. Takes down the stalker. Has to pull away. Medevac getting low. Oh! Does pick up, does pull out, and here comes the rest of the army. Here comes the second tank and Vikings. As you mentioned, going into Viking production is going to be a big part of this. A couple of boys are being pulled. Vikings, they do have a lot of DPS available to them, especially against stalkers, especially against gateway units. And the all-in is upon us. Classic, he's got one shield battery. He's got one shield battery. Charge will not be done in time. He's going for the chrono. He's chronoing as best he can. Tanks are moving in. There's a couple of force fields. First tank does siege. So does second. One tank is going to go down. Nice target firing here out of Classic. Does focus on one, but alas, he will not get the other. It breaks through the zealots. How many gateways? Only, oh, there's 4 gates. But how many warpins? Charges that in 10 seconds. Nice kiting. Tank is sieging. The boys are here to repair. Yeah, they hit a tank. It's now to 2 Vikings. Yeah, the shield battery is depowered. Going for the pylon. And there's no saving this space. No short charges done. There's 3 zealots, but they should not get on top of the tank. Oh no! The probes! Oh my god, they're lining up. Their probes are lining up. They're being hunted down. This space will fall. We can see Classic rotating, trying to catch reinforcements, and he will catch them. Oh. Ryung has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Things are getting chaotic, and Ryung looks like he will lose the tank. Tank is going to go down. Ryung turns everything around, actually. Uh-oh. There's a tank. There's another here on the high ground. Ooh, and can Classic surround the army? Tanks, they do siege up in time. Oof. Tank shots going off. Meanwhile, another tank should be saved just in time. The tank is saved. We should be landing those Vikings. We gotta land. And Ryung is coming in from behind. Is there a recall back home? There is. Okay, there's a recall. Classic busting into the main base. Force field on the ramp. Okay, force field on the ramp. Let's go. Does force field. We're trying to load up. And this is decent damage. The problem here, though, is that is there even going to be a recall? Vikings are able to land. Gets one Viking, but yeah, there's no recall available. Like, this army will go down if attempted. Oh, can he get the immortal? Oh my god, he barely can. Yeah, he denies the recall, kills everything. And Classic, what does he have left to defend back at home? He's down to 1 immortal. He's down to a handful of zealots. You can see he's ready for a counterattack. So 3 zealot hit squad. Reinforcing with everything else. And we may just go for a base trade. That may just be it here. We commit across the map. You can see Classic does have a sentry here ready for force fields to wall up. Of course, Ryung, he can always lift up all of his buildings and get out of here. And the only anti-air is 1 sentry. Just 1 sentry. So I'll take it in. Yep, we go for the Great Migration. Just need some mass lift, float everything away. And Ryung can end the game with this army. Like, thankfully, he has Vikings, which can lift and land. Ryung, he will lose every single SCV. Here comes the Liberator going for the sentry. Oh, there's a force field. Tanks do siege. Classic, he's turning everything back around. He's racing back home. And it's going to come down to that one final fight. Oh, camping the warp-ins. Okay. As there's only 2 gateways powered. Classic is supplied, but he can't warp in anyway. Yeah, he cannot warp in. Ooh, Liberator does overextend. Liberator will go down. Zealots, they come in. Some nice SimCity here. 1 tank falls. He gets 1. He maybe gets 2. Gets 2. Oh, can he get 3? There's a lot of Zealots. He won't be able to. Yeah, won't be able to. Tank survives, shuts down all the Stalkers. There's nothing left. GG gets called, and Ryung takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Ryung, he does take a lead in the series here again, committing to the 1-base all-in. Again, Classic, he was in the dark. He had no idea what was going on. He did not scout the all-in that was coming his way until it was already pushing across the map with the drop, if you recall. And it was a really nice setup here. Remember, Ryung, he went for the all-in after he had forced the unnatural. Natural after he forced a really awkward setup here out of Classic. Classic going to charge. If you remember, it was not done in time, just barely not done in time to save his own natural base. And GG. GG, well played. Now we're jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock. We do have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss for Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran, the South Korean Terran for Team Vitality. It is Ryung. We go. Hey. As we are getting into game number 2 here. And again, Ryung popping up, able to catch a Classic with his pants down. This time, no eBay block. And you can see Classic has already got a probe down on the low ground. Just making sure. Checking for proxies. And welcome to Ruby Rock. Now, if you recall, this is one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. One of the more aggressive maps. Could be in the face of your opponent. The third base is more exposed, so is the 4th. So we'll see how our players will approach this. We're expecting an all-in out of Ryung. This time it won't be 2 base, this time only 1 gas. So Racks expand, economic opener out of Ryung, but on 2 bases, that's kind of what we're leaning towards. Like a 2-base setup. We'll see. As the SV does move out, interesting. Let's move out across the map. There's that CC on the low ground. And after the shenanigans in game 1, Ryung is just trying to ensure that Classic isn't up to anything himself as well. Extend, spots the expansion. Just ensuring there's no proxy. Now we're setting up. This time we're going to be seeing a much more comfortable start for Classic. We can just settle in, calm down. After game 1 where he was denied his own natural base, here we can just build up on 2 bases, work towards his tech. Twilight Council's on the way into Blink, into gateways, Robo, into a 3rd base. We can just build up into the mid game. Build up. Classic going for the Reaper. Ooh, doesn't commit. Going for the SCV instead, and he does get the Reaper. Reaper goes down, kills a Marine. Nice pickoffs. Gets Marine, shades away. A fresh Adept has arrived. Thankfully, the CC does complete. Again, Classic just being as annoying as possible. Getting as much value as he can early on. As he's still reinforcing. Second gateway's on the way. And this is less about killing units and just more about denying mining, right? There's no mining whatsoever here at the natural. Denying mining for as long as he can. Oh. No wonder finally goes down. Oof. Still lose a Hellion though, and we can see the Classic still has control. The natural, he kills both Marines. Oh no. The Marines go down. Marines. Wouldn't mind just try to zone, but still, I mean, you can see so much less buying time here. There's what, 5 SCVs not doing anything. And Classic just chilling. He's getting a third base up and running, taking up. He went 2-gate blink into a third. Greedy build by Classic, but he can get away with it. And finally, 4 minutes 30 in, Ryung can mine. Finally, he can mine from his natural. I spoke too soon. He will lose another SCV. This is critical damage, by the way. Like, to not be able to mine from your natural base for this long, almost 5 minutes in. Oof. Meanwhile, here comes the mine drop. Classic, he picks off the wooden mine. Losing another SCV. Okay, thank God. The Marine barely comes out on top. And finally, at 5 minutes, Ryung is able to mine. Jesus. And again, Classic is very, very comfortable here. He shut down the wooden mine drop, getting his third base up. And now he can focus on his gateways. There we go, 2 more gates on the way, working towards charge. So blink into charge, 4 gate setup. Classic, he just commits in. Oh, he will lose a Stalker. Does overextend. One Stalker goes down. Picks off the Marine. With more Stalkers arriving, he can just go back into the mineral line. Does blink away this time. Pulls back, rotates back in. Observer does provide high ground vision. And Ryung, his build has been disrupted. He's now working towards Stim. He's going to be stuck at home for the near future. He's going to be stuck at home. Classic from here, he can get a 4th base. He just get a 4th base, get his forges, work on the upgrades. Now, because Ryung has taken so much damage, there's a very high chance this turns into a 2-base all-in. In fact, it almost needs to. Trying to get a 3rd base from here and trying to build back up economically, it's going to be difficult here for Ryung. So we're expecting Ryung to commit, but we'll see. We'll see if he gets a 3rd or not. So again, this sim timing is going to be the best chance here that Ryung has. Best chance he has. And the hope is that Classic is too greedy. Now, what is Classic doing? Classic is getting a 4th base. He's getting double forges as well. But Storm is going to be done in time. Here we go. At the same time, Classic is going for his own push. Again, he's got plenty of High Templar. He's got 6. So he has at least 6 Storms. Jesus. And we pull the boys. Like, we have to. Again, 2-base all in. The boys are being pulled. Either Ryung ends the game or he dies trying. Either he kills Classic or he dies trying. But there are too many Storms. It is the issue here. Speaking of, oh god, yeah, the first Storm lands. He run up. There's Storms everywhere. Oh god. Not like this. Marines, they get annihilated. Marauders just survive. We have more Storms coming in. Oh, Biz Control. A lot of Biz Control. High Templar, they're going to be thrown away, but there's plenty more. There's 4 more High Templar. It doesn't all matter. Classic, he missed rallies, but alas, he will still clean everything up. GG gets called, and Classic ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Just a really rough start there for Ryung to lose his initial Marines, to lose the Reaper, and to lose control of his natural for 5 minutes. It took so long to actually mine, to actually saturate. That's why he went for the 2-base all in. He had to, right? It was the only chance that he had. Is if there were less Storms or if less connections, if Ryung could maybe break through and get on top of the High Templar ahead of time, those may be a chance there, but again, it was the only chance for Ryung. GG. GG, well played. That leads us into Game 3, into the Ace match. So you have GG already? Don't be a clown, Papi, don't be a clown. Let him play. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Protoss Pro. It is classic. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran for Team Vitality. It is Ryung. Hello. As he does move out with 1 and with 2 SCVs. Okay, so we're going for a proxy 2 racks. Ryung is going to commit. Now remember, Classic did scout for proxies last game. He did check his third base location. Does he check this time? For now, he checks his natural. He heads on over towards the right-hand side, checking the triangular third base for the proxy. Let's check the triangular third. And he moves out for the scout. Okay, so he won't scout his linear third base. I mean, the Raxes are getting up and running. Eventually, Classic, he will be able to confirm that there's no Raxes at home. True, he will be able to confirm this. But he has to go further in. He has to check the main base thoroughly. He has to check the natural as well. It is not uncommon for a Terran player to hide their Raxes at their third location or even at their natural. That's what makes this difficult to confirm. As it goes in, yep, you can see he has to check the main. Checks the main base, moves down to the low ground. Should be sending out a second probe. Yep, now checking behind the mineral line. And here come the Marines. He's moving in. You can get bunkers as well. And now Classic knows he does have 1 Zeld on the way. No Cybercore. And Ryung, he can contain. Okay. He's zoned away the probe. He contains here. The boards are being pulled. Classic, he wants to expand. And he zones away the Marines. Ooh, there's 1. Well, there's 2. Nice body blocking. 2 probes go down. So it has arrived. The SV barely survives. Oof. It does barely get away. Nice kiting with the Marines. Building up to how many? Building up to 4. So 2 more on the way. As 1 SCV goes down. It's all about just zoning away that Stalker, maybe even killing. And the bunker finishes. Wow, he does finish the bunker. From here, the factory's back at home, and this is all about containing. We spoke earlier. How long did it take for Ryung to actually mine from his natural? It took 5 minutes. Similar thing here, where the natural is completely denied, and Classic is contained on 1 base. He's contained. We see Classic going for the prox. He's going for the 1 base all in. 1 base all in out of Classic. Let's go, Mike. Let's go. He's set that he cannot expand. He cannot take his natural. Rax is there floating back home. Ryung does turn back around. Ooh, and Ryung is expanding. Uh-oh. The CC on the way. Defensive Cyclone. Classic going for the let's go. Going for the Ninja Base. Vámonos, baby, vámonos. I mean, I'm thankfully that he had a probe out on the map, right? Oh, no force field. Yeah, force field's too late. Sentry goes down, forcing a recall. Let's force a recall. Those are the same 3 Stalkers, so nothing suspicious. Oof. Takes off all the Marines. There's a salvage in time. And Ryung, he thankfully does have a Cyclone. So the Cyclone back at home, taking his natural. Yes, Classic, he can try to drop into the mineral line. 4 Stalkers taking 1-shot SCVs. We have 1 base Banshee on the way here from Ryung. Let's go. Ooh, brutal tank shot. Yeah, that was a brutal tank volley. Ryung, he's now expanding. Now, seeing this Warp Prism, Ryung, he didn't see a Robo in the main, so he should be aware. I mean, he's got to. I was gonna say he should be aware there's a proxy. He does check, he does confirm the expansion. And this space is so exposed. Like, this is a quote-unquote ninja base. It is on Ryung's side of the map. If it was in the corner, then sure, then it can be hidden. If it was over on Classic side, then it would be safe. But because it's where it is, I mean, Ryung can punish this. One bad fight and Classic will lose the base. So Classic has to be so careful with how he maneuvers. Remember, he has no blink. He's working towards charge. Portal's on the way. So jumping in. Likewise, Banshee gets across the map. There's no anti-air. Probes are falling. Oof. And that is critical damage here. And probes are going down. We can maybe try to recall the probes to the ninja base. To the gold. Another logon! No! There's the scam, but the... bit of miscontrol. And the Prism barely gets away. Prism does pull back. Immortal Swords are natural. But there's a tank on the high ground. And Ryung, he's holding. The Banshee still popping off. Getting 13 probe kills. There's a recall back home. The Immortal overextends. Oof. And Ryung is still on 2 bases. He's still on 2 bases. Classic losing 13 workers down to 17. The gold base is helping. Does have the hybrid base, really. Got half a gold. And Ryung is finishing the bunker. Still has a Cyclone, true. On patrol. Observer goes down. Prism back into the main. Going for the warp in. Bold move. Does warp into the main base. Can pick off a couple of SCVs. Remember, the SCVs don't really matter as much. Stalkers, they blink into tank range, and oh, the Stalkers all go down. Nice target firing out of Ryung. Shuts down the Stalkers. GG gets called, and Ryung, he will take this series 2-1. He shuts down the all-in, and he eliminates Classic from the tournament. GG. Whew, GG, well played. A very spicy and aggressive series here out of Ryung. Game 1 going for the initial proxy as well, or I should say forcing the unnatural, natural going for the 1 base all in, and here in Game 3 going for the proxy 2 racks. Again, Classic was in a really rough position, took him a long time to confirm what was going on. It was really unfortunate that, if you remember, Classic, he scouted the triangular 3rd base, whereas it was at the linear 3rd, right? The other 3rd location is where the proxy was being held, and Classic was unable to expand. It was contained to 1 base. He did decide to respond with a 1 base all in, going for the goal base as well. But as we mentioned, it also meant that if he would ever lose a fight, that would be game. And that did end up happening here. Ryung, he was just too far ahead, has their natural up and running, had saturation. GG. GG, well played. And with that, Ryung, he does claim the series. Again, Ryung, he does have some spicy PvT as well. We've seen him take down some of the bigger Protoss players in the world, like your Heroes, like your Max Paxes. I would not say it's his best matchup. It's a little bit too inconsistent. Like Ryung, he's one of those players that can show up, like beat someone like Classic or the Max Pax or Hero, and then like hibernate for like 3 months and have a really hard time and then pop off once again. So Ryung, he can pop off. TvT is still kind of like his bread and butter, but GG, very well done, very well played here by Ryung. Big upset. As that leads us into the quarterfinals. Leads us into the quarterfinals here, and here we go. We are going to be getting into our next series, Max Pax versus Cure.